Good evening, wherever you're watching from. We welcome you to another episode of Casual Conversations. I'm your host, DJ Slim. I'm here with my guy, my co-host.
What it do?
I'm gonna let him say it.
Yeah, my name is Dirty Red, you know what I mean? And we right here, locked in, my man DJ Slim in the Westside Arts Center. We doing this for the arts of the heart. This studio right here is banging out. We gonna keep this thing ringing out. We got an astounding guest, but I'm not gonna introduce him because my partner is. You dig what I'm saying? Run it back to my man Slim.
So look, man, every week, man, we always have somebody worth your time.
Facts.
Worth your listen, worth your ear, worth your time in watching it. So with no further ado, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna run through a couple of these accolades he's got up on here, man. From South Sacramento, so Cali, we got a Cali man
straight
in the building.
Up.
You know what I'm saying?
What's
yeah, man. He's done a lot of things in life, man. He's been through some things, man. You know what I'm saying? So his testimony is definitely one worth listening to. He did some time behind the walls. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let him go through that just a little bit and let you know what's going on with that. But the positive things he's done in his life, man, is that he likes to help to rehabilitate, educate, teach, and to help to fix those who are broken and who don't even know it. And it's a lot of us walking around this earth who are broke in certain places, and we don't even know it. So to have somebody that wants to dedicate their time and their efforts to even acknowledge somebody who is broken, let alone to help fix them, is a big thing. It's a big thing. You know what I'm saying? He's a tattoo artist. You know what I'm saying?
I need some work done.
Yeah, I definitely need some work done. You know what I'm saying? He works at Syndicate Ink Tattoo Parlor Shop.
Man, hold up, before you keep going, man.
Let's show that t-shirt real quick, man.
Hey, we got it right here, man.
There we go.
Got it right here, straight
there
up.
There we
got it.
Yeah, and most of all, man, he's a student of life.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And those are his words, not something that I'm saying. So obviously he really means that. And yeah, man, with no further ado, man, we'd like to welcome you to Casual Conversations, Joker.
What up, family? Yo, brother, blessings to you, King. Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Man, straight up, man. How you been?
I'm tired right now, but I've been good, man. I've been blessed. You know what I'm saying? Overall, and recently, I've been very blessed. So I'm good, man. Just trying to live every day to my fullest potential, give back. You know what I'm saying? And let people know that, man, as bad as it seems, I promise you, my word to God, it's gonna get better.
Oh, that's right.
No, that's
You know what
right.
I'm saying? It's gonna get better.
Yeah.
Just got back from Hawaii.
Oh, man.
Me and my wife, we had we call our honeycation, which is part honeymoon, part vacation.
Okay, there you go.
You know what I mean?
There you go.
Went out to see her family and just relax. And
Your family's from out there?
yeah, my wife is from
okay.
Honolulu. She's from that area.
Your wife? So
Yeah.
how long?
Me and my wife have been married. We got married on October 6th of 2024.
Okay,
Saying,
congratulations,
thank you
man.
very
You know what I'm
much.
saying?
Thank you.
Congratulations. How was that a big step for you? You know, a lot of guys, when they call it the ball and chain.
Yeah, man.
They have all these negative, you know what I'm saying?
You know what, my wife really and truly is, like, she really is my best friend. Like, you know, and I know a lot of people say that, but like,
Do they
look,
mean it?
I live in Vegas, you know what I mean? And on a Friday night, a good night for me is up in the room, listening to some old school, dancing with my
There
wife
you
in
go.
the room.
There
You know
you
what
go.
I'm saying? And just chilling. I
Yeah.
don't go to the strip. We don't go out to the clubs. You know, we go to the club, go see Polly. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We go
right.
to Pork and
Polly
Thorn,
Mac,
man.
yeah, I mean,
That's it. I mean, that she really is my best friend. It's
That's kind of hard to. I mean, not a lot of people can make that claim.
right.
So that's cool that you guys. She's been your rock.
No, she really has. The beautiful thing about me and my wife is she's my teacher and I'm her teacher. You know, we come from two completely different backgrounds. So my wife she is literally in the corporate world. You know what I mean? She's up there in the corporate world, been doing it for a very long time. I mean, her people were in the game and the hustle, and she didn't want that. She got out of it and went corporate, studied, went to school, did her thing.
Sure.
I was brought up in the game and in the hustle and the whole nine. And so I'm able to teach her about things that she might not really trip on. And she teaches me stock market and other things like that. So yeah, we sit back and I teach her the rules of the streets, and and what's what, and hey, how to look for certain things, and she teaches me about that other world. So we
that balance,
each other.
man. Yeah, I would say that balance, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what's up, man. That's definitely what's up. So without going into to details about prison and life and things of that nature, what were some of the things that led you down that path? You know what I'm saying? At an early age.
Honestly, man, I would have to say neglect, wanting to be seen, wanting to be heard, not being able to deal with inner trauma.
That's
You know what I'm saying? We don't understand. And had I not got incarcerated and did the 30 years that I did, I wouldn't
Why you try to say,
understand.
whole time out? You try to make that seem like that was lightweight.
Well, look, I have a friend of mine just got out after doing 52 years.
Sheesh.
You know what I mean? So
Man.
in the grand scheme of things, I look at it like, look, I'm blessed to be alive.
That's right.
Because had I still been on the streets, we probably, 98% chance we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
You know that's
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
That's right.
being incarcerated taught me a lot. But the biggest thing that it taught me is it taught me why I got incarcerated. Those contributing factors, those, those causative factors that made me think the things that I thought.
Yeah.
And those are the things that we don't realize. We don't realize we see a guy that gets locked up for, domestic violence. And we'll be quick to look at the TV screen and be like, oh man, that
He did it.
Man, it's messed up. But what you don't see, and not condoning his behavior by any means, but what we don't see is that when he was a kid, his mom would get beat up by the daddy. And so when he would run over and hug on mama, she would be like, nah, it's okay. He's putting a roof over our head and clothes on our back, so it's okay.
Right.
So after about the 4th or 5th time of this little kid hearing this, what do you think his mindset is when he gets older?
He's going to be conditioned to do the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As long as I'm providing the roof and I'm providing clothes and everything else, if she get out of line, it's okay for me to put hands on her.
Yeah, go
So
upside
you
the
start
head.
you start to learn these things when you're inside.
Yeah.
You start to understand your way of thinking or why you thought what
Right.
you did was okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I say, I've never been one of those guys, I didn't commit my crime, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. And don't get me wrong, there's some people in there who haven't. I own mine.
Yeah.
And mine was, again, not to get too deep or whatnot,
No,
but
yeah.
I was I was abused as a child.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? By family, and I was actually sold as a child over a drug debt.
Sheesh.
And so the victims in my case were sexually abusing and selling their son, who was my best friend. And so that was a trigger for me.
Yeah.
At that time, I may have not have realized it,
Right.
but later on in life, starting to study and understand, I went to college on the inside and I studied child psychology because I wanted to learn why it is that I thought the way that I thought way back when I was 16 years old and committed this crime. I'm saying the reason was because what was happening to him was a trigger for me.
Yeah.
And so by me doing what I did, to me it was like I was getting revenge for everything that happened to me as a child.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But by the grace of God, I'm not one of those individuals that I know everything and I know this and I know that.
But you're willing to learn.
Exactly. So I was able to learn and I wanted to know. People always say, "Oh, prison's not there to rehabilitate." It's not,
Shit.
but it has the tools.
Come on.
If you choose to open up
It's a
those
choice,
doors and
right.
look for it. Every
That's
day
right.
we wake up, man. We wake up with two things. That's a choice and a decision.
Man.
What you gonna do with it?
Yeah, I was on
Straight
YouTube last night. I was watching a brother by the name of Darkim. His name is Darkim
I
Allah.
heard about him.
And he said something that, I do music, and so I wanted to put it and incorporate it into a project that I'm working on.
Love the message.
And loves the message.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So he said, don't be self-righteous, be righteous. When you're righteous, that means you want to do the right things and you're willing to do the right things.
Absolutely.
And you can examine yourself and say, hey, you know what? Psst, that wasn't the right thing to do. I got to fix that.
There's room to grow.
Self-righteous is, I did it, so what?
Right.
You know what I mean?
But not wanting to get to the root cause of
The
why.
root, yeah, exactly.
Because
the why.
guess what? If you don't understand what you did, what are you
Yeah.
gonna do?
You
Keep
do
doing
it
it.
again.
You're
Exactly.
you gonna keep doing
Absolutely.
it, man. I live my life by two rules. And I'm gonna tell you one now, and that is always be mindful to pay a fool no mind. You know what I mean? And I live like that. I read a book a long time ago called The Miseducation of the Negro.
Okay.
Right?
Indeed.
I read this many moons ago. And it opened up my eyes to not just as a black man, but as a man, as a human being.
Right.
You know
Universal
what I mean?
principles.
Exactly. You
Right.
sit back and look at yourself. Because what a lot of people do is they look in the mirror and they don't see the flaws. They don't see the scuffs.
Yeah.
I don't want to look in a perfect mirror.
Yeah.
My scuffs are what make me different. When people say, would you do it all over again? Would you change anything? I wouldn't change a damn thing. I wouldn't change a damn thing. Because if I change it, then I don't learn the principles that I learned.
Right.
And do you then I want to talk about lessons that you learned being in prison and the lessons you learned out here? Like, do you feel like time stopped for you in there and the lessons you learned in there kind of like was like overdated by the time you got outside, the things have changed, or the lessons you learned in there helped you prepare for what you had to face when it was time?
The things I learned inside taught me how to prepare for me.
That's right.
When I went to the parole board asked me, they said, Mr. Henderson, what are your triggers? And I gave them all the triggers for me being incarcerated.
Yeah.
They said, what about being free? I've been locked up since I was 16 years old. What do I know about being free?
Right.
I said, you want to sit back and complain about standing in the DMV line all day and how you're going to sit back and trip.
Right.
I said, have you ever only had $10 in the canteen? You go out at 8 o'clock in the morning when they open up your yard, it's pouring rain. There's a riot that just happened, so now you're in your boxes and it's pouring rain. They finally let the yard up. You're the next one to go get your $10 after you've been out there till 3 o'clock and someone else gets into a fight, and now you can't get your canteen. You got to go on lockdown for another month without any canteen, and you stood in that line over $10?
Yeah.
If I don't complain over that,
Come on.
why am I going to complain about sitting in DMV when I got a phone and I can watch a movie till they call me?
Yeah.
To me, that's asinine.
So it's kind of safe to say
That's
one of those things, one of those values, one of those principles is patience. For
Absolutely.
sure.
You have to have patience, but you also have to have
that's dope.
understanding.
Right.
I'm going to give you guys both an example. You're driving down the street.
Yeah.
Dude drives by you, cuts in out of traffic, driving kind of crazy, right? What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
We're going to get out the way.
Most people will cuss him out, get mad, get upset.
That's how they would feel,
Yeah, I'll
right?
get out the way.
Use a different part of your brain. We have been brought up to think negatively. Now let me ask you a question. All right? You're in a car. You get a phone call. Your daughter was in an accident. She's in a hospital. And you're going to drive just as fast as he did to get to that hospital? How do we know that that's not his situation?
Right.
We don't, but we automatically want to think about the negative. Oh, man, this jackass driving crazy.
Set of the road.
Man, I hope that whatever he's in a hurry for,
I hope he gets there safe.
Man, God, I hope he gets there safe and make sure everybody else is safe.
I want to say even share this because you hit a touch of a cold point early on in my days of being in the streets, whatever. I was at this spot. Homeless man robbed my car when I came in. All my change was gone. All my stuff was gone. And at that time, I could have been mad. I think the only thing I was mad about is that he busted my window. But when I seen what he took, I said, well, I think my man was hungry. And I think he was getting food for whatever. I said, I think he needed it more than I did. So that was a cold lesson for me it was my way of flipping it and saying, I'm not going to get mad at the action because it had to be a root from it when I saw what he took. Yeah. He needed change. So that was a good way for me to deal with trying situation.
We have to be able to look past our own emotion. We have to be able to look past our own ideologies to have empathy for somebody else to understand how they think and where they come from. Right. Not everybody. Look, if we all thought alike, there'd be no reason for this show. If we all thought alike, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to think like the next person, but I want to be able to understand why the next individual thinks the way that they think. Indeed. And going back to me and my wife, that's one of the beautiful things that I love about our relationship is that when we don't understand each other, when I do something that irks her, or she does something that irks me, we talk about it, we explain why, the background root of why we think that way, and we come to an understanding. And she learned something about me, or I learned something about her. You know what I'm saying? So we're not just in a marriage, we're in a school. Right. And we learn from each other. Right. And graduation comes the day that, you know what I'm saying, that we go home.
Yeah,
that we go back
pretty
to
much.
God. That's when we graduate.
The ride keeps continuing. You know what I mean? That's dope.
So what was the song you and your wife got married to?
Actually, it was Down the Aisle by LL and 112. That was our wedding song, but our song is Never Knew by Kenny Lattimore.
Okay.
That's our
song.
That's our song. We love Kenny Lattimore and Only Girl, Never Knew. You put that on right now, I'm leaving and going home to the wife.
That's
a fact.
Yeah, for real. I was gonna say, like, how did you get into ink though? Like,
so
I mean,
I've been an artist my whole life. Been drawing, tagging, you know what I'm saying, graph artist, the whole nine. When I got to the joint, I was doing cards, you know what I'm saying, with a pen and all that, and just stuff. And I remember I was in a hole, and I was sending a card, shooting it down to my homeboy, and the essay intercepted it because he had to send it down. He was like, you know, he saw what it was, and he's like, hey, like, when you get back to the line, man, you need to make yourself a tattoo machine. You'd be good at it. So I took him up on it, you know what I'm saying? Went back to the yard when I got released, and went back to the yard. I got me a motor, got me everything I needed to do to make a tattoo. And I was good at it. And I never wanted to...
Just off the rip, you were good at it.
Well, like I said, I've been an artist my entire life, from sculpting.
Right.
You did sculpting?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I do sculpting, I do glass etchings, I do wood burnings, I do airbrush, I paint kids' rooms, tattooing, the whole nine. My father was an artist, my mother was an artist. It was just kind of ingrained in me.
Right. Yeah.
And I never want to do prison work. I never want to do the let's go on the gun towers and all of that crap. I'm like, come on, man. This is not 1970 something. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I started doing photorealism. That's what I love to do, whether it was pencil, pen. So I started my hand. I'm quite sure there's some people, anybody out there watching that I worked on when I first started, I apologize. But you know what I'm saying? But I got you, I can rehook up your stuff, you know what I mean? But I got really, really good at it. You know what I mean? And it's a passion of mine.
That's dope.
I do it to pay the bills, but I do it because my job is one of the only jobs where no one will ever forgive me. If I ask you who braided your hair 15 years ago, you can't tell me. You can't tell me. But I bet you if I ask anybody where you got that tattoo from, they can. I got work. I've tattooed probably well over 2,000 people from all over the world.
Wow, that's big.
So my work, my vision is around the world.
Yeah.
I can honestly say it's mind blowing when I think about it. You know what I mean? It's an honor.
Yeah, it's also something that's gonna stick with that person
Exactly.
for pretty much the rest of their life.
Exactly. Even if you get it covered up, it's still there.
Right.
No matter what you do, unless you get it lasered off, no matter what you do.
Right.
Who did that?
Yeah.
Joker did that. And to me, that's an honor because
Priceless.
people are coming, ain't no races. So, you know what I mean? When you come to me, you're putting your faith that your idea, your picture, the portrait of your loved one who passed away or whatever it is, I trust that you're going to do it and you're going to do it right. And I'm going to pay you my hard-earned money to sit in this chair and inflict pain on me to bring out this picture. But that says a lot about my character, my work ethic, you know what I'm saying? How I am as far as my credibility, not just as an artist, but as a human being and a man.
Hey, I gotta ask this, man. Did you ever have one of those lifers that be like, man, if you mess me up?
Oh, absolutely. I
mean, the pressure gotta be on, man.
Listen, I was a lifer, so I done told Cat that. I was like, hey, dog, you know, before you do this, right? Like, I was supposed to have a devil and an angel on my neck. The devil's dumb, the angel's not. When he got hit my neck and he hit that horn, I spun on him. I said, bro, if I find out someone paid you to try to hurt me, homie, you're gonna have a problem. He was like, no. And by the time he got done, he's like, you ready for the angel? I was like, I'll let God do that later. We good. Okay.
Yeah, let me go check this one out first.
Exactly.
You know
so, I mean, and I've definitely had some OGs come to me when I was younger in the game.
That's a different
like,
kind of pressure.
Yeah, they're like, hey, man, you know this on me for life, kid. And I'm like, and there's a couple of people I've had to turn down. I'm like, you know what, man? As much as I got love for you, I can't do it because I'm not secure that I can do this job.
Right.
And even today, like, I'll be the first. Am I good at what I do? I'm damn good at what I do.
I'm about to say,
I'm damn good at what I do. But if someone brings something to me and I don't feel I can do it, some artists just want the money. So they gonna tell you they can do it, and basically you stuck with what you got.
Give you,
My reputation, my word, and my reputation is everything. So if you bring me some, I'm gonna look at it and I'll tell you, hey, bruh, I would love to take your money, but I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
Or, you know what? I'm 98% sure I can make it look just like that, but if I can't, it's still gonna look damn good and you're gonna like what you get. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you if I can or if I can't.
You can kind of see it already?
Yeah, you show me a picture, I know within 30 seconds if I can do it.
Jeez.
I can
now that's based on what? Like the
that's based on the picture, where you want it, you know what I mean?
Right.
Where you want it, how big you're trying to get it.
Okay.
Some people, there's some stuff that I can do, but I'll tell them, look, when I look at a tattoo, I don't look at a tattoo freshly done. I look at a tattoo 15 years from now, because ink spreads. Over time, ink spreads. Are you prone to getting, do you have big people in your family? Are you prone to getting bigger later on because if you oil the skin, it stretches? I take all that stuff into consideration.
Yeah, I never, wow.
You know how deep you're going, needle depth, the fine line, you know what I'm saying?
It's science.
Yeah, it really is. People do not understand that. They think it's just, grab a needle, throw some ink on it. But no, you got to have needle depth. You have to know, and then it's also on your client. If I have a client that I know, for lack of a better term, is a dumbass, look, it is what it is, because I did a tattoo about 4 years ago. This guy had I ain't gonna put him on blast. Dude had just met this female, just met this woman maybe 4 days ahead of time. Coming to the shop, he want to get her name above it. And I'm asking him, look, bro, are you sure? I got $150 minimum. 2, are you sure you want to do that? Oh, man, she the one. I'm looking at her, she got like 9 different dudes' names on her. I'm just like, all right, cool. So I do the tattoo, and I tell him, I do it, this is beginning of June. Right? And I tell him, there's rules. You got to take care of your stuff. Don't go in the water for 2 weeks. Don't be sweating that much. Same thing. Comes back in 2 days later, stuff green, pussing, the whole. He comes in cussing at me, right? I mean, comes into the shop. My boss is coming out like, Joker, what's up? Like, I got this, right? I'll let him get stuff off his chest. Tell my client I had in the chair, hey, give me a minute, all right? Said, hey, man, you messed me up. Dude puts it on his Instagram. The day he went and got the tattoo, he goes to the Sacramento River.
Wow, yeah.
And is in there diving and going in the, you know what I'm saying, the whole line out there in the sun, the whole shebang.
Yeah.
I'm like, bruh, if anything, once it finally heals in about 7 months and you want me to redo it, now you want me twice.
Facts.
Because I feel like you disrespected my craft and my work. And when someone asks you where you got that, you won't tell me.
Yeah.
So now, disrespecting my name, my craft, my art. I don't even want you in the shop. Tell my boss, put a picture up. He ain't allowed in the shop for a year.
So you can actually do stuff like that? People just disrespect the culture or the art of the craft?
Yeah, because they're in such a rush. That's why, like I said, I will do work, but it depends on who it is. Because if you have someone like, I'm going to a pool party next week, I'm not going to work on you.
Yeah, you got to hold up.
Yeah, because you're going to want to go and get up in the chlorine and get up on all that stuff, and it's going to mess your tattoo up. And then you want to come back and you want to blame the artist. No. Believe it or not, 20% of your tattoo and how it heals, 20% is me. And that's putting it on you. 80% of how it heals up is on you and how you take care of it. Aftercare is 80% of how a tattoo heals.
So it doesn't really, so they can't say, the tattoo artist didn't go deep enough, or...
I mean, there's certain things, as an artist, you know. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you come in, I know if it's something that I did, if I went too deep, or I didn't go deep enough, or maybe I raised the needle when I should have kept it down a little bit. The artist knows if it's, you know what I'm saying? And an honest artist is going to let you know. Me, I always tell people, when the work is done, I'm your tattoo artist for life. So if I need to touch that up for whatever reason, you don't owe me because that's my work.
That's dope.
I don't want nothing on you that isn't perfect. It needs to be perfect because that's my work.
Have you worked on any anyone famous or any?
I have, but unfortunately, I signed NDAs on them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what we do. Like we have, me and my wife, we have a speakeasy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And basically, it's somebody who knows somebody, or you know what I mean. You give us a call because of the work that I do. I've worked on a few famous people, and they came to the shop. And when they came to the shop, people wanted to know when's the next album coming out, or when are you gonna be in this movie, or when are you gonna be here, when are you gonna be there.
Yeah.
People don't want that.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So in our studio at home, we give you comfort. When you come to our home, you get privacy. You know what I mean? I got the TV set up, or we got the headphones. You can listen to your music. Saying my wife brings out a little charcuterie board, whatever it is that you're looking for. We make sure that you're comfortable. I want you to feel at home when you get work done by me. Period. I don't want you to feel rushed. I don't want you to feel like there's 19 different people looking at what you're getting and all the rest of that. I work on women, I work on men, I work on older people, you know what I mean? You want that privacy.
Yeah.
That's what we provide you with.
Like a Narnia space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We give you a place where you can be you.
And what about music? Like, are you? I know we were talking about the ink part, but Slim, my man, he's talking about working on the album. Man, have you ever did any artwork for like artists for their albums? And then like, what kind of music are you into?
I actually did some work for Death Row when I was locked up with Suge.
Oh wow!
I did a couple of pieces for him. Michelle A, her label with the woman with the wool on her shoulder. I'm the one who did that. I'm the one who did that. I helped out Suge and Death Row with a few different things that they were doing back the same way back when. So I've done that. Big Lurch, I did a couple things for him.
Lurch?
Yeah, I did a couple things for him. You know what I mean? There's a few people that I've done some stuff for.
Okay, well, that does make sense, right? Sacramento.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then what about hip hop? Like in music, what are you into? Because I know you with Paulie Mac, and I know Paulie got with Ice, and they kind of do that rock and roll hip hop.
Well, my musical interest is from. And the only reason I'm going to say this because I know my wife is going to watch this later, and she will sit back and call me out if I like. You know what I'm saying? She will.
Hey, look, that's what I'm talking about. One that make sure the man stay on chat.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Listen, I've listened to everything from How Do You Solve a Problem Like Maria from The Sound of Music. Me and my mother would watch it every year. Okay. So that whole soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? From Do Re Mi and I am 16, going on 17.
That's dope.
Yeah, all of that crap.
That's dope.
To Ice-T, to Anthrax, to AC/DC, Metallica, In This Moment, Ice Nine Kills, Public Enemy, Eminem, KRS-One. You know what I mean? A lot of other, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Ebola virus, SIBO. I listen to everything. Anything out the Bay, LA. I'm a music connoisseur. R&B, up and down the spectrum. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? From P.O. Bryson and Patti LaBelle to, you know what I'm saying, Boys to Men, Silk, Keith Sweat.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So the range is wide.
Exactly.
Yeah. What's the last concert you went to?
Oh God.
Yeah, for real.
Last concert. Let me think. When I got out, I went to an old school concert. I've been to a few different concerts since then. The last concert I was supposed to go to was Jelly Roll, but I wasn't able to go. I ain't gonna lie, I love Jelly Roll.
Okay, shout out Jelly Roll.
I listen to country too. Don't like I said, I listen to everything.
All right, Garth. So we talking about Brooks,
man.
Garth Brooks,
man. Garth, look, man.
Honky Tonk Man.
Don't get me started on all of that. You know what I'm saying? But
Kenny Rogers,
Kenny, the G. You know what I'm saying? All of it. You know, I listen to a little bit of everything, but the last concert I went to was an old school with it was Debbie Deb.
There you go. There you
Lisa,
go.
Lisa, and you know what I'm saying, Lisa, Nicole.
Okay, so yeah,
the Jets.
What's that?
It was like the old school jams. You know what I'm saying?
Late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, late. That was my time. That's when I was top locking the breakdown.
Hold on, let me go with you to Debbie Deb. Debbie Deb is hot right now because somebody got her hot. Well, she's hot, period. But it's a person that's using her sample right now. I'm gonna give you 10 seconds. It's the Debbie Deb. She hot right now. I always play it in the club, man. My favorite artist.
Yeah.
I just told you.
Kendrick Lamar.
There you go, man. It's Squabble Up.
Yeah, Squabble Up all day.
That's Debbie Deb sample. When I hear music.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's Wale. Okay, heard that. Shout out. That's dope, man.
Do you have a song that's kind of like the soundtrack to your life, or maybe a couple
Oh, man, look.
Yeah, I'm in your brain now.
Nah, it was in my head.
You know what? I told her last time, man, there's not one particular song. I would have to say my life track would be blues, like 40s, deep South blues. As far as jazz, I would have to say acid jazz, Boney James, that whole,
Okay.
you know what I mean? And then, you know, I say my wife is everything, so anything that's on some slow shit.
Some James
you know
Brown or some gas.
Oh man, I love James Brown. Come on, man.
Right.
James Brown and anything by the magnificent, the one and only Prince Rogers Nelson.
Yeah,
you know
if
what I
I'm
mean?
notice the
Man.
artist known as. I was
There you
gonna
go.
ask you real quick too, my brother. Like, if there is an artist, I'm not gonna say a person, but if there is a current artist, or if the artist is dead or alive, but it's an artist, what artist would that be that you want to have that conversation with? Talk to them about he or she and why. Dead or alive, which artist?
Now see, that's a hard thing to say, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because what I'm gonna say isn't necessarily an artist, not a singer, poet.
Okay,
That would be
okay.
Gil
That's
Scott.
still an
Oh,
artist.
man.
That's still.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Who?
man.
The revolution
Gil
will not be
Scott.
Oh
televised.
yeah,
There we
yeah.
go.
The revolution
Yeah.
will not be televised.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? It's
Yeah.
to me,
Man, yeah.
you know, it's, I would say him, Miles Davis,
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
Miles Davis.
and most definitely, you know what I'm saying, Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, I would love to talk to Marvin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are three artists that I would love to get in their head, because the music's got to come from somewhere.
Come on, man.
Music comes from emotion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to know what that emotion, what sparked
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Because that's, look,
It's different. You don't get that now.
no, you don't. Everything.
That sound.
No, everything now is all samples of everything that we grew up with anyway. That was all original music. Hitsville, you know what I'm saying? You coming out, this was all original stuff.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, Marvin changed the generation.
Yeah, he did.
He spoke about the war. He spoke about, you know,
Yeah.
I know
Blind in.
men that came back from Vietnam. I know men to this day that will tell you the reason they made it was because of the music.
You ain't never lied.
Was because of the music. You know what I
We
mean?
survive off of the music. What?
That's how,
Yeah,
that's how I
yeah.
survived 30 years.
Yeah.
On some real shit. That's how I
Yeah.
survived 30 years. It was the music.
Yeah.
The music is what kept me going.
I would say that too. Doing you know, a couple of my hospital stays, man. Music was very vital
Big time.
during those by yourself moments.
Absolutely.
You know, you're those just thoughts by yourself,
Yeah.
and it matters what you listen to.
No, it really does. It really does. Because especially when you're in the hospital, because certain things will bring you down,
Yeah.
and it's gonna bring you down. That's what
Yeah.
you don't want.
Yeah.
And you got that certain music that brings back those happy memories, that brings back those memories
Yeah.
that you want to keep on going.
Straight up, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And for
straight
me, it's that. For me, just anything from 1979 to 1989, man, was just.
Killer. It was
Yeah,
different.
I don't care what song.
Last of a dying breed.
Yeah, I don't care if it was rap, if it was hip hop, if it was R&B, or if it was pop.
Rock,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Exactly. I can sit back and play every breath you take, and it's going to take everybody back to a memory.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn who you
Yeah.
are, what nationality you are, where you grew up at. You know what I'm saying? It's going to bring back a memory. You can't do that nowadays.
Yeah, it's a fact, brother. That's a fact, man. That has changed.
You mentioned really quick.
Yeah.
You mentioned blues.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get a chance to see Sinners yet?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. I'm going to. Me and the wife plan on going out.
That's a
and
good. That's
another-
a good date night, man.
Yeah,
As,
absolutely.
as much as you guys love music,
Yeah.
as much as you like to read, as much as you're into art, as much as you're into self-reflection,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? I think it's a good movie. It's a good movie,
Absolutely.
man. For you to
In
go,
fact,
for
we'll
y'all
probably
to
go
check
see it
out.
tomorrow.
What,
so-
Sinners?
Sinners.
Yeah. I heard some people it opens up portals, and other people it does something else. I don't know, but what we gonna see? Because I know that I want to go check that movie out too.
Yeah, man.
So how did you like it?
I loved it, man. it's like he said, being able to take the best part from anything and everything that you involve yourself in, that you're around. So, you know what I'm saying? There was just a lot of parts in there that if you, I think today people don't have a lot of knowledge or interest in things that give them knowledge so that they're able to cross-reference what it is they're actually seeing in their everyday life. So, like, to be able to cross-reference is so big. To hear a song and then to hear another song and to feel an emotion, and then both those songs bring out another emotion or make you do something that you didn't think you were gonna do, or realize why you did something. Like he said, you know what I'm saying? Being able to cross-reference and be able to go back and say, hey, somebody said this to me 20 years, I just got it.
Man, check this out.
I just figured it out.
Like this,
you know what I mean?
My father used to tell me all the time. I remember I never got it, and he said, Jackie, be a TV and not a radio. And for years, I never understood what he was talking about. Like, man, what the hell is this? This old man tripping, right? And finally, one day, I got it, and I told my mom, we got to go to the joint. We got to go see Dad. And so she drove me out there. He was in at that time. And I said, I get it. He said, what you mean? You want to see it. You don't want to hear it. He said, exactly.
Yeah.
He said, let me see. I don't want to hear you say what you want to be. You hear that song, you hear something that makes you want, don't tell me about it. You can tell me what motivated you later, but let me see you do it, because 9 times out of 10, when people see you do something, the first thing they're going to ask you is, how did you get into that?
Yeah.
What motivated you to do that? It was a song. It was a movie.
Yeah.
It was a soundtrack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That triggered that
exactly,
reaction.
Exactly. That triggered the motivation for you to do it.
Yeah. And with that, man, check this out. We got to get Joker back on here.
Back, man.
Yeah, we got to get him back, man. But like, before we go, I want to leave, with a final thought, and just share with the people, about getting over obstacles, and getting over those tough moments.
Accepting, but for me is, a long time ago I read a poem, and in that poem it said that the greatest risk in life is to take no risk at all. And that resonated with me. And we were having a conversation. We had a little get together at the house the other night, and before we went to Hawaii. And I asked a group of individuals, how many, they say when you die, when you go to heaven or wherever, that you become perfect, and you're saying, how many want that? And almost everybody raised their hand. The reason I don't want to be perfect, because once you're perfect, you have nothing to strive for.
Straight up.
The things that, imperfection is what allows us to enjoy life. If you never understood what it was like to be down and out, you cannot appreciate being lifted up.
That's what it's about.
A year and a half ago, I was living in my 2013 Kia under a Sacramento bridge. Tattooing where and when I could, going to my sister's house, changing, taking showers, the whole nine. I live in a beautiful community now. Drive a great car, married to a beautiful woman, and I do something that I love to do.
And that's what it's about.
To get over any obstacle is to be able to accept that without obstacles, there is no life. The greatest teacher of success is failure.
That's right. Yeah, that's dope. And I think Malcolm and Martin Luther King talked about that. So with that, Slim, man, you got anything? But before we go, Joker, tell the people how they can reach you, where they can reach you at, the whole 9 yards.
So if you want to get, like I said, we do woodwork, all of that. If you want to order anything or check out what we do, you can go to Instagram, Syndicate Inc. 702. And you can also go to www.syndicateinc702.com. Hit my wife up. She runs the Instagram. You need anything, you want to see anything, hit us up and we can make it happen.
Get you.
I got you.
Straight up. What about you, Slim, man? How can they reach you, brother?
You can reach me at DJ Slim, DJSLIMM on Instagram. You can also reach me at black_transit. You can also reach me at Fifth Element Hip Hop, the #1 hip hop show.
It's not a podcast.
In Vegas, man. And yeah, man. Shout out to my babies.
Yeah, man, I want to give a shout out, big shout out to the West Art Studio Center for having this. Shout out to Ms. Marsha Doc Ellis. Shout out to the Arts of Heart, and you can find me at Dirty Red on Instagram. I'm also locked in with the Fifth, and we got other shows. We got Unscripted, along with Casual Conversations. So you gonna see us really out there hitting it and bringing immaculate and powerful brothers like this, and we gonna bring them back again. So thank you for bracing us with your energy, and you are coming back again, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I want to thank y'all for having me, man.
Yeah,
Real talk.
straight up,
Thank you,
man. Hey, and with that, this is Casual Conversations,
I'm DJ Slim.
and my man is Joker, and we out. Salute.